Hey guys, what's going on? FYMyPawn here, and welcome back to Across the Obelisk. Since we last streamed the Across the Obelisk stream, if I do recall correctly, we managed to get from Act 1 to Act 3 really quickly, in fact. Of course, I had to postpone it, but yeah, it's fine. For this stream, I'm hoping we can actually finish up this little run over here, so without further ado, let's just get into things and see what happens, because we surely got quite a bit to go through. Alright, so we need to go to our adventure mode. We are currently in Act 3 here. And if I'm not mistaken, we have a task to go to the Grove, or at least that's the plan that we're going for. So for this, we need to go to the Forest Glade and see what we run into. I need to reaccount what my gear is. Okay, I've got some buffs, I got some barricades. I really need to remove some things, but this is the most I can accomplish with what I've got. At the very least, I'm happy I got the poison catalyst, so that is going to help immensely. I'm sad that Otis did manage to get low self-esteem, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But I digress. There is a lot to do. But let's see. All monsters gain all damage plus 3. They're immune to cold and slow. And we need to add, and they add freeze, which is a paralysis effect, I believe. I'm fairly confident we can handle this. But if we can't, then I guess we'll just have to deal. How are you looking on upgrades? I mean, I guess I could upgrade for all heroes here, so that would be a good sacrifice. Let's see, upgrades here. We could upgrade our Scroll of Intellect, maybe? That'd be decent. For Tholos... we could upgrade to... No, we need to keep this, so that doubles and doubles. What else? I could upgrade Shadow Shep here. And then I can get it to be a... one that gives me 3 stealth instead of 2 stealth. Yeah, that might be worth it. And Heiner... he has plenty of things that we can upgrade. Yeah, we've got Entrenched, we've got Steel Forge, you got some guards. Mainly the Barricade is what I'm looking to upgrade more than anything, so we'll keep that in mind. Alternatively, we could just get the rewards, which is equally as important. That's assuming we want to go through this hellish situation. Given we're dealing with frozen normal enemies, I'm going to give it a go. And how much is it going to cost for me to upgrade these? Probably a lot, because they're silver and gold. I could rock better gear, though, as a result, if I do. You know what? Let's rock better gear. I think that's the best way to go about things. So, in that case, we're going to want the 1,000 gold and whatnot. Now, do we think we can handle this? I think we can just barely handle it, I'm going to say. So let's just hope we can. Alright. Let's see, how are we going to deal with this? Alright, so we've got fire damage with our poison, last I recall, so yeah. It looks like we have trouble with druids, but we can deal with sentinels and all that pretty easily. The scrapper is going to be the weakest for us, though. So let's first view what these guys are. We're going to want to poison dart this dude because he's the weakest. We will Killer Instinct for a Viper Strike. Then we will double his poison. And Shadow Step so he isn't targeted any further. Okay, he's going Predator, attacking Otis, which is not good. Hopefully this, hopefully it doesn't die, though. That's the last thing we want. Okay. Now, because of this, most of us are probably going to suffer quite significantly. But that is perfectly fine. We will find a way to mitigate as much harm as possible. Alright, Ember Storm. Let us use Fireball next. Alright, now he's a Death's Door, so next turn he's going to die. We'll get Fireproof and Fiery Shield. And there we go. That's that turn. For this one, definitely going Entrenched. That'll give Otis some block. We're going to want to use Heat Laser here, just so we get some buffer and taunt. And we're going to beef up Intercept on Otis specifically, because he's going to need it until he heals. But I digress. Alright, that's one. Now, Healing Rain, obviously a good choice. We're going to get as much regeneration out of this as possible. We can probably get Panacea going as well. But I think what we want is Unwavering Faith, and then use Sanctuary to give all heroes a buffer. And there we go. That'll give just an additional buffer on HP, and it will give us Courage, which is really good. And of course the cold goes into play, so Paralysis is going to be a pain. Oh no. Oh, this might be the death of him. Oh no. Oh no. Rip. Okay, so that's the death of Heiner, which kinda sucks, but we'll live with it, I guess. Let's see. Alright, that did not do anything for us, which kinda sucks, but that's fine. Let's see. I guess Poison Dart, Chant of Initiative, Sharpening Knife, and we can't use the Ballad of Evasion, sadly, so we'll just have to deal with that. Now, will we survive? No, because Otis is, of course, paralyzed. Great. Ah, jeez. Okay, Heat Assimilation, there we go. We're gonna want Scroll of Intellect, Ember Storm, Scorching Touch. Let's get Scorching Ray going. And let's get a Fireball on these two. Now they're going to die from bleed, I believe. Yep. There we go. Okay, well, that worked out rather well. Sure, I could heal, but it's fine. Okay, so the downside of losing Heiner there is he's going to get a debuff. So we will have to address that at some point in the near future, but it is something we will be able to deal with later, I'm sure. Alright. Sharpening Knife. We could probably get another, honestly. It's a burn, and it's something to add to damage, so we'll grab that. Shield Throw, while it's nice, I'm not grabbing. Mainly because it purges your block, which is not a good thing. So we'll get that. Firestorm. It's not worth it, in my eyes. It's basically no different from the other one, or the Fire Rain that I got, so we'll leave that alone. And that just leaves... yeah, that doesn't really leave much for us to heal with. Save it for later. No, we don't need save it for later. Alright, to the grove. In a nearby grove, you see a humanoid doe. When you approach it, it says, "Hello, strangers. I am Bree, guardian of Senenthia. forest and friend of Ylmir. Before he came corrupted, he entrusted me with his seeds, and I came to this forest in the hopes that I could plant them. But with the growing cold, I have doubts that they will survive. Since I suspect you defeated Ylmir to get here, maybe you could do something for him and me. I'll give you one of his last seeds if you promise me you'll find a good place to plant it. For this, we're going to agree and give it a go. Concerned, she entrusts you with one of the few remaining Ylmir seeds. Before you leave, she also gives you some magic shards and tells you that she will stay here for a while to make sure that the seed can withstand the cold. Later, if you plant the seed in a safe place, she will return to the Sinenthia forest and be willing to help you in the future, if you need her help. So basically, it's just a quest for, this is a quest for the, later on, and hopefully, if we do it, we will get her assistance. Now, there's a 50-50 that we, heal an injury. So I'm going to try and take it if we can. And we managed to do it. Alright, I can remove one card. So we're going to remove Death's Door. We're going to remove Low Self-Esteem. And we can remove one other card from our decks. I think we have a bit too much Ember Storm in our deck currently. So I'm going to remove one of those. And for Tholos, honestly, removing a Poison Dart would probably be the way to go. Because the less of a deck he has, the better. So let's see. We can either get rid of Poison Darts or Viper Strikes. I think the Poison Darts are better to get rid of. The Viper Strikes have just a little bit more use. Okay. That leaves us with an option. We can either go to the armory, we can go to the store, so it really just depends on our opinion. I think we're going to go down the south here. I think that might be for the best. Because we don't exactly have a means to actually block the Runner Freeze event, specifically. But I digress. That is something we will worry about when we get to it. Sanctification. Deal 19 holy, but sanctify double the sanctify. Interesting. Okay. So we can get a free upgrade, or Otis can get sanctification for free. But if you play spells, you suffer 4 dark and 3 insanity. I'm gonna say no. Not to this one, anyways. Strictly because it just seems a bit rough, to be honest. We won't last. But I digress. Okay, yeah, we need a means to get faster, I think. Alright, first let's start with Vigilance. Alright, let's get Ambidextrous activated. Get Viper Strike in our deck. Let's activate Subterfuge, just for the sake of it. Alright, we will use Blur, so that way we increase the damage just a smidgen. Now we need to decide who's going to be taking the brunt of this fire damage to start with. I think we want the lowest health individual, so we'll start with the archer in the back. We'll Shadow Step and deal another blow. And there we go. Alright, the Frost Volley has been activated. So we will entrench. We shall intercept here. Bluff. And we are left with a barricade, so we'll do that. We will intimidate. Apparently somebody's calling me from London, which is weird, but okay. Not that it matters. Oh well. Alright, with that, we can now start doing some burn. Let's see, Scroll of Intellect. Let's give it to Otis because he's probably going to be healing. Should do a transmission as well, just to be sure. Alright, let's start burning this. Burning up. Alright, apply some flame here. Searing Touch, and there we go. A lot of fire. Okay, we're going to want Healing Rain to start healing up. Panacea would be a good option to start healing people, but it is a bit too mana heavy. But Prayer of Healing, on the other hand, is a good one. But before that, we use Atonement, because it is a useful spell to have. We follow up with Prayer of Healing, Prayer of Protection. Give Cornelius the Barrier for now. And we will give him an extra heal, just to be safe. And because we can prioritize healing on Heiner, because he is going to be taking the brunt of most problems in the near future. But that's besides the point. Alright. With that, we are now waiting for our turn and suffering. Right, I should probably explain as we're doing this combat, but in regards to the randomizer, honestly, I'm not sure. I'm probably just gonna put a break on Elden Ring for now. As much as I like the game, there's only so much of the game I can enjoy before I just get, like, bored. So this is my way of just moving on for a little bit until, you know, until I'm ready to go back to the randomizer. Because, honestly, I am quite enjoying Across the Obelisk, and I figure you guys might as well. So I'm taking a break from Elden Ring, if you guys are curious. This will be temporary replacing it, because I'm actually quite having fun with this game. And honestly, from what I've seen thus far, it's, you know, going pretty well. Alright, so we're going to throw down a barricade. We'll get some steel skin going. Now we can either bluff or guard. I think guard is the better option here. Yeah. We'll just keep the guard going for him. And yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, Heat Assimilation if we need it. I don't think we do, anyways, but hey. Okay, so we're gonna want Fireball here to get rid of Evasion if we can. It only get rid of one of them though, so that is annoying, but that is just how the cookie crumbles. Alright, we want more card draw on Heiner. Do we want Prismatic Fields? Not really. Let's get a Fiery Shield going. Okay, that didn't work as intended, but that's fine. We'll do a Flare, and Prismatic Field, and Heat Assimilation, because why not? Alright, with that, Healing Rain. What else can we do? We can do a Detoxify. We'll get rid of Detoxify there. We could do an Anthem of Hope. Protect from Evil on somebody. I guess the best option would be really anyone. Let's go with Thullus, because he is suffering quite a bit. We'll heal up Cornelius just a little bit more, because the tank can handle most of these attacks after all. And we just wait for our turn next. Of course, we're going to be really slow at this point, but hey, that's fine. We'll live. The archer has been eliminated, and that just leaves these guys. Alright, I think it's time we sharpen our knife a little bit more. Alright, we want to... I guess Viper Strike? No, let's Poison Dart this dude, then Viper Strike him for a lot. We double his poison so he goes down. And we want to speed up... I guess Cornelius, why not? Make him a bit faster. Okay. From here, we are left with a few burns and all that. So what we're going to do, we are going to Heat Wave. We are going to then Ember Storm, I think? Ember Storm, so we get all of that out of the way. We will Ignite you. And Fireproof. I should have used one of the more potent spells, but that's fine. Okay, we are going to activate Steel Forge. We will activate Guard on Otis. Let us intimidate you to make you weaker. We will Howl and Heat Laser. There we go. With that, Otis is now the only one left. We can activate that. Now, do we want Unwavering Faith? It would give us more fear resistant, or rather, it would give us courage, but we already have that buff on. So I think Circle of Healing is going to be more effective for us. Plus, it gives us regen, which is nice. And we'll just pop in another heal, just so we're cleaning our deck up as we go along. Although I guess I could have given it to Otis more so, but yeah, it's fine. We're doing the best with our deck. Okay, with that, we Poison Dart, Viper Strike, Shadow Step, Viper Strike, and now he's basically dead. Yeah, he's down to 49. So that is, it's just as easy as activating Flare. And he's gone. And that's another encounter done. We unlocked Bloodbath. X equals target's blood. Apply 3 blood. Okay. The bleed build there is pretty nasty. And interesting, I must admit. But we don't need it, because we're not a bleed build on our tank. Alright. Blade Dance is pretty good if you want to apply poison to everybody. It appears we have the one that applies to everybody. It deals 17. It deals normally 14 damage, 3 poison, 3. For us, it deals 5. Bane would probably be a lot better for us, though. So I think I'm going to grab Bane for prep for the near future. So we'll grab that. Inner Combustion we don't need, so we'll get that away. Renew, on the other hand, is probably going to be the best burn card for us for healing. Mainly because of its regen capabilities, and it's a little cheaper than Circle of Healing. Plus, if you go by the yellow upgrade, you should be able to heal a set amount of HP versus just the normal heal 5. Plus the regen scales. Well, no, it gives 6 regen, but the healing's better this way. There is also delay response, which would actually be a really fantastic mana gain for us, because we don't want Otis being the fastest individual. But we're going to grab Renew. We'll grab the time frame one later on. But let's see. Can I get more perks while I'm here? It doesn't look like it, so we're just going to have to deal with what we got. Okay, yep. We're good to go. Okay, so we have a choice of going to the Elven Emporium or the Elven Armory. Well, the Elven Armory has its benefits. I'm just worried about that run and freeze event. Let's go to the Elven Armory. Why not? As you progress through the city, the cold becomes more and more intense, and everywhere you look, everything is frozen. You come to a large building that looks like a city's armory. Upon entering, you realize that right in front of you is a large four-legged draconid with a large hammer accompanied by 2 other draconids. There's no chance for escape. Combat is imminent, and only one of you has time to react to start the fight. Alright, I think we're going to have Heiner activate defensive protocols. So we're going to get some block and fortify, which is going to be useful for us. It'll just help us for the immediates more than anything. Okay, yeah, I forgot. So these guys are very nasty in where they'll steal your buffs, which really does suck. So we're going to start off with Vigilance to draw a card. And I think it's in our best interest to take down the ones in the front first, before we start focusing on the guy in the back. Because I don't believe he summons more, so we just gotta be wary of him, basically. Okay, we're gonna want to activate Blur, Poison, Killer Instinct, Viper Strike. That'll give a 24 poison, which is nice. And now it's pain. Alright, now we're left with trying to deal with these guys. Okay, so apparently they apply 2 cold every time you attack, which is not nice. So we will have to brace for that. But we will use the Scroll of Intellect on Heiner so he gets some more defensive buffs. We're going to want to... I think they actually deal quite a bit in element damage, so we should probably buff up with Prismatic Field first. Alright, first Prismatic Field. We'll go with Flare, so we get mana. Ember Storm, because it's another fire spell. And Fiery Shield, which is another spell, and we get 1 mana back. Alright, next. We have a few choices in what we can do, but what we're probably going to want is Sanctuary. But unfortunately we do not have the luxury to cast it because it's such a high costing spell. So we'll just Sanctify here. We'll activate Prayer of Healing. And we will activate Renew on Heiner, because he's going to need it the most. You know, tank and all that. Alright, from here, we are going to want to activate... I guess Guard would be a good choice. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll guard Cornelius. We'll activate the Barricades. We'll intercept with... Thulus, maybe? No, Otis. And we will intimidate the next Draconid, because he's going to go next. Alright. Okay, so that's a lot of intense poison, which has been transferred to us, which is not good. But we should be fine all the same. So, starting off, we want to use Sharpening Knife. That way we get a bonus of 6 sharp. From there, we will use Bane. Oh no, Bane actually... Yeah, no. Ah, bugger, I used it anyway. Oh well. Let's increase the speed of Thulus. And we'll Viper Strike this dude again, so that way his poison's going up. Alright, from here, we need to use this Scroll of Intellect on Otis, so he has more mana to work with. From here, we will use Heat Wave, just to get some more fire debuff. We will use Scorching Ray next. And then follow up with a... Alright, so he's gonna die from poison. So we're gonna want to fireball this dude regardless, just to make it more guaranteed. And there we go. We will get Healing Rain active. We can use Circle of Healing if we wish, which is probably a good idea. It'll grant 5 regen after all. Anthem of Hope will get rid of the more mind effect heavy stuff. We'll detoxify Otis, give a heal, and we should be good. We shouldn't need to spend that last mana. Alright, that leaves Heiner left. We are going to want to entrench everybody, so we get Fortify back. We are going to use Steel Skin, I think? Yes, we'll use... Well, no, we can use this to purge block if we wish. Yeah, no, let's use Steel Skin. Let us intercept with... Again, for Thurlus, and we will use Guard on Otis, so he's got a bit more AC to work with. Alright, he's not going to die from that yet, but it's this dude that I'm worried about more so than anything. Alright, so for this dude, we're going to want to sharpen Knife, so we get more sharp. We can get Ambidextrous active to activate Viper Strike, so we get free Viper Strike in. Because these guys are going to die next turn, we shouldn't need to worry about them. So we can now focus on the boss and his health. Normally I would go with Shadow Step and Viper Strike, but we don't have that luxury, so we'll just Viper Strike. Okay, that dude's going to die next, but hey, that's just par for the course. Okay, now we can focus on the enemy without too much concern. Alright, so we're going to cast Ember Storm. We're going to follow up with Flare, I want to say. That'll give us 2 mana to work with. We will buff up Otis to give him more healing viability, and there we go. From here, we are given a few options, but first, let's Healing Rain our heroes to give more regen. Because the more we have, the better. We can now use Unwavering Faith if we wish, which I'm probably going to do. Unwavering Faith, protection from evil on everybody, protection from evil on Heiner specifically, and we can save the barrier if we wish, but I'm just going to apply it to somebody, namely Thulus. Because he needs more AC. Alright, from here, Steel Forge, Howl, Intimidate, Bluff, I guess, just to see. Okay, we got Heat Laser and another Bluff. So just a Heat Laser should be fine. There we go. Alright, he dies from fire damage, 100 specifically. And now we are left with just one dude. From here, all we gotta do is Viper Strike, Shadow Step, and Bane for 153 damage. And you can see why I got Bane now. It is that potent. Okay, let us see. Reveal 2 defense from your draw pile and put them into your hand. Cost reduced by 3 until discarded. That is actually really nice. Yeah, reveal 2 defense from your draw pile, put them into your hand. You suffer 1 energy loss, but that's fine. Alternatively, you got the cost 0 until discarded, which is nice. I think we grab Last Stand. It's a really good defense card. For these, we'll skip on those because Wicked Craftsman, while nice, doesn't discard. Well, actually, hold on. Discover 3 small weapons and place 1 into your hand. Cost reduced by 2 until discarded. Yeah, no. So you keep the weapons, so not that good. Okay, we got Spark of Life, which is grant 1 regen, heal 1. It's good if you want it to jump, but honestly, it's not that good from the looks of it. Not for 3 mana, anyways. Alright, Scroll of Intellect. I mean, we're running on 16 cars. We already got 2 currently. I mean, we could go with 1 more. It does grant card draw to somebody after all. And it isn't an innate one, so it would definitely help. Oh, but it takes up a card slot. That's an issue. No, we'll get our shards and we'll go from there. Yeah, we'll get shards. Alright. We inspect the armory. Alright. After a hard battle, you have defeated a Dracolord, protecting the armory and other Draconids. Now you can search the armory for something useful. Even so, you must hurry. The cold is getting colder and there's no time to rest. After thoroughly exploring the armory. You find some gold and a few weapons that may be useful to you. And because of it, we've found some items. Alright, when you play melee attack, draw 1 card, but it's all damage +2. Okay, so it's basically the same as a flail, just it doesn't bias you with a heavy attack. There is the icebreaker, though. When you apply crack, you deal 7 cold damage and apply a chill. There is all resistances +3, combat start gain 1 energy. Alright, all resistances +10, speed +2. This is a bit better than the wolfskin cloak, so I'm going to go with boots of swiftness. Alright, do we want the continuum blade or do we want the volcanic axe? The volcanic axe gives an additional 3 damage, so it's not that bad. And I don't use a lot of melee attacks with him. I've got mainly small weapons. All resistances +3, combat start gain 1 energy. Hammer and ice. Okay, yeah. Not really. This does give +2 damage to everything, though. If there was more poison, I'd consider it, but no. Alright, how about here? Is there anything useful here? Well, hold on. Let's restart. Let's see. First of all, boots of swiftness, speed +2, and 10 resistance all. I think we need Otis to be a bit more resistant, so we'll give him the boost of swiftness. We will get the continuum blade for our tank, because it just applies to 2 damage to all, so it's pretty good in that regard. Although I could go with the icebreaker. I guess I'm resetting again. Alright, so Heiner will give you icebreaker. Alright, Otis, you're getting boots of swiftness. We can give the continuum blade to him, but that's not going to do us much. So instead, we're probably going to focus on the ring. Yeah, we'll get the ring for Thulis, because that'll give him a 3 resistance, but it'll also give him energy. And we are left with either the dagger, the ice orb, or the vision ring, which none are good on him. So we'll go from there. From here, Heiner has the choice of Last Guardian and Fusion Laser. Because I'm playing Heiner as a Guardian, I want him to get Last Guardian, which will give a big defense buff to everybody. From here, we have the choice of Hidden Hand or Deadly Strikes. Let's see. If you play a card that leaves your hand empty, draw 5, gain 3 energy, and 2 powerful. I'm going to go with Deadly Strikes because it applies to Decay and Vulnerable. Vulnerable is going to be a godsend for our character. And for dealing damage, it's a nice thing. For this, we are going to want either Phoenix or World of Flames. This basically deals additional fire damage. This gives us another Ember Storm, so it's basically 3 additional attacks to add to our deck, which I'm going to grab. And now for Otis, we're going to get Double Bubble, which puts a copy of a defense spell that we use in our hand. So we'll get Double Bubble, and then we're good. And from here, I think we're golden? Alright, we are going to run or freeze. Challenge fate and run as fast as we can. Alright. So, on the worst case, it seems that we're going to get either cold feet or broken bone, so this is basically a shuffle game. If you manage to locate the card, you're good. So, I gotta really focus, and give me a second. It is right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Take cover. On draw. Oh yeah, never mind. Alright, Palace Stairs. Let's see. Thunderstorm. If we take this challenge, the monsters will get Storm, which will deal additional damage alongside wet conditions. We can upgrade some things, though, as a result. Assuming we want them, that is, I should say. It would definitely give us a reason to... Let's see, it can give us a reason to upgrade Shadow Step. It could upgrade our Bane that we got just recently to apply X, which is even better than applying 2. I think we go for the upgrade, I think. We can upgrade the Scroll of Intellect as well, so that's not a bad idea. And we can have the Protection from Evil here be another burn. I think we go for this, actually. As much as I don't want to. We're getting close to the boss, but hey, it's fine, we'll live. Besides, it's only one storm against us, so... Although it does apply to everyone. Ah well, it don't matter. We live with our decisions. Alright, Deadly Strikes. We go with... We want to activate Sharpening Strikes first, so we need to decide on the target. Let's go for the Royal Guard up front here. Killer Instinct. Viper Strike. Go with the Chant of Initiative to help Heiner get his defense buffs off before things get a bit too rowdy. Alright, we activate Entrench. From there, Heat Laser would be a good choice. Yeah, Heat Laser. We'll lose out on the Barricade, but that's fine. We'll just live with our options. And we will Intimidate. Oh geez, hold on one sec. I don't know what's going on. The game's being a bit choppy, but that's fine. Alright. From here, we just got, yeah, that's a lot of defenses. Thankfully, we've got a lot of attack, so that's fine. Alright, from here, we just give Otis another buffer. And I guess we Ember Storm? No, we Fireball first. And we can either Fireball or Ember Storm. I guess I could activate Fireproof. Nah, let's Fireball. Yeah, that way we can Ember Storm because we get 1 mana left, and then we can Fireproof. Okay. So yeah, I just had to plan it right. But otherwise, yeah, burn. From here, we just activate a lot of Healing Rain. We can activate Anthem of Hope. I forgot to use Atonement, so that's fine. Just do that. We'll detox Heiner for his 1 bleed. And Circle of Healing, because regen. Alright. With that, though, we are left with a few other options. Let's see. I think what we want to do is focus on the main dude, but honestly this guy is low enough that we should probably consider him as a target next. So we'll start with Subterfuge. We'll activate Blur, Poison Dart, then Shadow Step and Viper Strike. That way his poison starts scaling. Okay. Ah, paralysis. Not fun. Hopefully that's not a permanent thing. Alright, so we need to dispel the wets, I'm guessing. Mainly. So we'll get Heat Wave active. Oh no, it just burns them more. Oh well. We'll activate Flare on this boy. Then we will use Scroll of Intellect on Otis. Ember Storm. Heat Assimilation. Because we have it, might as well use it. Nope, we'll just transmission the rest. There we go. And from here, we Healing Rain. What else? We've got Prayer of Healing that we can use. Let's use Unwavering Faith, Sanctuary, then follow up with Prayer of Healing, and do a Renew on Heiner. And yeah, that's the best we can do. Alright, now he's no longer paralyzed, but everybody else is now, you know, active. So we should probably get ready for that. Ambidextrous gets ourselves a Viper Strike. And from here we can Poison Dart, Sharpening, Viper, Viper, and Poison Catalyst to double. Double down on that damage. And now... ah, nuts. He cleansed himself. Great. Okay. Well, with that, we should be fine all the same. Alright, World in Flames. We cast Ignite. Then we use Searing Touch. And that'll give us 2 Ember Storms to work with, which will burn them quite significantly. Alright, for here, we want Double Bubble. And we'll get the Protect from Evil, because that'll bubble us up, and then we can get another free Protect from Evil because of the Double Bubble. And that'll basically double our defenses for a while. Or at least for a round, anyways. Until I get the Fortify off. So we can activate Last Guardian, Steel Forge, buff, Steel Skin. We will Intimidate the dude in the back, and Intercept with, I guess, Solus? No, Cornelius seems to be suffering the most. Alright, with that, we are left with 3 Viper Strikes, which we will deal with accordingly. We'll start with the dude in the back. Okay, go for him, Shadow Step, and then we go to the next turn. And as you can probably tell, they're probably going to die this turn, I'm betting. And because we don't use that many attacks, Deadly Strikes just last for a long time. Alright, cleanse that. We'll do Flare, and he's dead. Good. As a result, we are given a ton of things, but I think what we want the most is Mass Dispel here. Because Mass Dispel allows you to dispel 3 effects, which is really nice. Let's see, what else we got? So we've got Poison Daggers, which is basically 12 poison, technically. Yeah, so Poison Daggers is going to be really nice. I should probably grab that. What do we want specifically, though, for upgrades? We could get a Repeat 1 cost, or we could get the... Let's get Poison Dagger. I think that's a given. We will not get anything here. Do we want Safeguard in our deck? Safeguard is good if we have a big deck. It's basically an 80 block, or 84 block, with a 5 Fortify, which is nice. Alternatively, I could just not, and just stick with 3 Fortify I get from Entrench. I mean, as long as I can minimize the deck at a later date, sure, but no. We need more mana. Alright, now we can upgrade our... Or upgrade, I believe? Yeah, no, we get access to the altar. Nice. So I can now upgrade things if I so desire, at a cheaper cost, I believe. So Sanctuary can be burned, Protection from Evil can be burned, Mass Dispel, if we wish, can be burned, and grant Buffer. I think Panacea is going to be gotten rid of, I think. in favor of Mass Spell Not Burning, so we're going to upgrade this. Let's see, Cornelius, do you have anything you want to upgrade? I guess we can go with the... I think we upgrade for Draw instead. We transform that into another Draw, because I think getting the innate Draw is not that good for us. So the Draw 1 might be better for us in this case. Alright, Poison Darts I'm going to ignore, but the Bane on the other hand. Alright, so I have a choice. I can either deal X, so X equals our poison with an apply 8, or I can deal X and apply X, and X equals targets half of the poison. This is better, because it's going to scale us. Poison Daggers, on the other hand, we want to keep that upgraded to higher caliber. Shadow Step, we want to keep that in our deck if we can. Alright, and that just leaves upgrading Barricade. Last Stand, let's see. We can pull 3 cards and reduce their cost by 2, which would mean things like Entrench would be 3, things like Steelskin would be free. I think Last Stand here is better. But although I think Last Stand here is a little... I think making the cost 0 is way better. So we'll get that. We're going to have to address the Bluff and Intimidate stuff later. But for now, we want these bluffs to burn, because they are better that way. Otherwise, I think we leave the decks as is. We'll just upgrade that. Our Renew and Panacea. Okay, we won't be able to upgrade the Protect from Evil, unfortunately, but we can do something about the Renew. Heal X. X equals target's regeneration, grants 7 regen. I think it's better if we leave the Renew for now. As for Panacea, we will make that a burn. And is there anything else I want to upgrade? Not really. Not that I can, anyways. We'll just focus on making the monsters upgrade. Alright, anything else? I guess we got guards, so we'll get these guards to have a fortify, or at least one of them anyways. And I think that's it. Now it's time for the Frost Calamity. Because we are fully healed, we are fine. So let's just attack him immediately. Alright, let's do it. Okay, suffering. Cold. It's a shame, but kind of expected, to be honest. Alright, we activate Vigilance, so we get a draw. We want Chant of Initiative on Thulis, specifically, so he's a little faster than Feybolg. We activate Subterfuge, Viper Strike. Now we have a choice between Bane and Catalyst. We're going to go with Bane, so that way we get a 28. Poison Catalyst is best if we have a higher poison count. Alright, healing. Alright, we can get a circle of healing going, so we get everybody healed. So let's do that. Let's activate Double Bubble, and give Heiner the buff. And another buff. There we go. Unfortunately, Cornelius is paralyzed, so we won't be able to act upon him. But that's fine. Alright, we'll activate this. We'll activate Guard. We will Intimidate him. Intercept, and Heat Laser. So we get a taunt. Cornelius will have to unfreeze, and there we go. He is no longer paralyzed, and now we can activate Thulis. Alright, so we don't have any weapons in our deck currently, so that is a unfortunate set of circumstances. But we can use a Blur, we can use a Poison Dart here, and Killer Instinct. And we just have to wait for Ambidextrous to get a weapon in its hand. Okay, now he's stealing auras, which is not good. Okay, from here we use protection from... we use Sanctuary specifically. Then we follow with Anthem of Hope to give us some card draw. We'll heal Otis and Cornelius respectively. And from here, we are going to activate Steel Forge. We are going to bluff him. Gonna Howl. We will intercept with really anyone. Let's give it to Cornelius because he's currently the most hurt. And we can shield charge him for a debuff if we so desire. It would make him slow. I think that's what we do. It'll get him to a 13 initiative, basically. And now we can have Cornelius go in nuts. Okay, we want to activate Assimilation first. Now we use Word of Flames, so that way we can get some Ember Storms going. Let us start with Ember Storm. Alright, another Ember Storm on the side. We'll activate Fireproof just in case. We will activate Flare next. And then Fireball. Then we Ember Storm him again and again. So his burn is starting to stack up. And from here, we've got to decide on who we're going to buff. We're going to buff Thullus, because his poison is going to stack up like crazy. For that, I'm certain. Thankfully, our AC is being buffered by this Steel Forge effect, which is nice. Alright, with that, we are left with a good set of cards that we can utilize. So we're going to activate Deadly Strikes first and foremost. What do we want to activate first? Let us start with Sharpening Knife to get us prepped. We will then use Poison Dart, Viper Strike, Shadow Step, and Poison Daggers. And that'll get his poison up to 44. It's not perfect, but it'll have to do for now. From here, we now activate Last Guardian to give ourselves a buffer. We use Intimidate to weaken him up. We use Bluff to draw a card. Now we have a choice of Last Stand or other things. I'm going to go with Last Stand, mainly. So we'll get Barricade, we'll get Steel Skin. We won't be able to get the Intimidate, though, but that's fine. We'll live with it. We will throw down some Healing Rain to give ourselves some healing to work with. And let's see. Let us use Dispel with Thullus, maybe? No, let's Detox. Let's use Protect Evil. And that way we get a bigger buff of AC to work with. Considering we need all the AC we can get, or block we can get, it's for the best that we do this. Alright, now the dragon is slowly starting to whittle down. We are left with Ambidextrous. Alright, we're going to use Ambidextrous here. We're going to activate Bane specifically. And we are going to finalize this with a Viper Strike. And 2 Bane Strikes. And our poison's now at 147. As you can tell, stacking of debuffs is really important in these sorts of situations. But I digress. We start with Atonement. Let us Mass Dispel our negatives, so we are much faster than him. We will use Renew on... who? I think the best is Heiner. And we don't need the heal, so we'll save that for later, as well as the block buff. But now we are left with a Barricade that we can activate, Steel Skin, and we will intercept with Cornelius, so he has some more AC to work with. And now we can engage him with Fire. And this will probably be the last little bit that we need. So we're going to get Heat Assimilation, so we remove his Flame, Scorching Ray. We will get a Scroll of Intellect going, so we'll give that to Thullus for the mana. We will use Fiery Shield, I guess. We'll use Ember Storm, Heat Wave, and he's now at 174 burn, which makes his fire resistance pretty weak. Ah, lovely. What a perfect time for Poison Catalyst to come in. Alright, well, Poison Darts, Shadow Step, Viper Strike, Poison Catalyst for 344 poison. Because why not? Alright, we now have the Guardian achievement from the looks of it, so that's nice. Titan's Fall. Deal X. X equals your HP multiplied by 80% of it. Apply 3 vulnerable. Ignores block. How is Heiner's HP actually? Hold on. 166. So 166, about 80% of it. Well, that's 132 damage for each strike of this. This is nice, but it's a bit too costly for me. Especially for a tank deck. Poison Catalyst, yet another thing that we can technically use, but it's a bit too expensive for us right now. Although the burn does... I guess it is a burn card. We'll grab it for its burn sake. Although, let me see. What else is there, actually? Because I never did check. We're definitely ignoring that. Aerobatic Strike, Lethal Shot. No, Poison Catalyst is fine. Evocation is an interesting spell. You gain 2 mana and you gain 2 Energize. It's basically an equivalent exchange. You don't get anything too much out of it, but hey, it's extra mana. It would definitely help Cornelius with his mana issues, so we'll grab that. Let's see, anything else? No, we'll leave the rest. We don't need it. For that, we've managed to get 300 gold, 300 shards, and we got 5 supplies. And we got some items. Let's see, what we got? Feyborg Scale. When you apply Chill, gain 3 frost. Or gain 3 block. When you apply Crack, you gain 3 frost. Or Chill, rather. So this is good if you have the... if you have the block for it, but... yeah. We don't use cold enough. Let's see. 3 times a turn when you play a book, deal 6 frost, apply 2 cold and wet. No, that's not good. Every turn, reduce the cost of 1 random skill in your hand by 1 until discarded. That is actually a really good card for Tholis, actually. That said, I could probably also get him something like, I don't know, Large Pouch, which will shuffle 3 small weapons into your deck that cost 0 and vanish, which is also good. I think him having a smaller deck is more important than drawing or shuffling 3 into his deck. So, let's actually get Handbook here, I think. Oh, but the discount, though. Alright, let's give him the Boots of Swiftness. That's good for him. From here, we can get the Feyborg Scale, so he has more resistance as well. I could also give it to Otis, because he usually is slow as heck to begin with. No, we'll give it to Heiner. He doesn't use fire a lot, but hey. He does have a weapon that does apply cold when he does, you know, use Crack. So that's good to keep in mind. Frozen Tear is nice, but it's basically the Ring of Fire in that case. We're gonna get the Gauntlets, I think, because they apply more powerful and he gets 12 HP in addition, so it's nice. So I'll grab that. Now, how's skills for Otis? He's got defense skills, he's got defense, spells, skills, spell. Okay, so mainly it's spells, but he does have some skills, so it's not bad. It would also give him 5 HP, and it's every turn versus the 1 energy he gets, so let's do it. He'll get the book. Alright, with that, although they had been accustomed to crossing the obelisks, this time the sensation had been somewhat different. When they looked around, they were astonished. Endless clouds and ancient ruins floated around them. Where were they? Certainly this place could not be reached on foot, or in any normal way. The group could feel how intense the magic was, and without a doubt, this had to be Lord Hansek's goal with the obelisks. On the horizon they saw a large staircase rising above the clouds. That was where the group had to go to find out what Lord Hansek was up to. And with that, we are now in the void. As for where we go from here, it is up for debate. But usually the best course of action is just to go to north here if you have the large emerald, personally. But you can also go down here to the Lost Merchant, which I think is what we're going to do, ultimately. Now, for our deck. Thulus, let's clear up your deck, like, significantly so. First and foremost, we need to decide on what you're going to be using from now on. We can use Poison Daggers to beef up the deck, but I think the Viper Strikes have got to go. Or either that or the Poison Darts. One or the other. Alright, let's see. Alright, so we've got Chant of Initiative, which is, you know, there. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Or no, wait. Alright, so we technically got 9 cards working with us. If we literally move the 2 Viper Strikes and a Poison Dart, we will be down to 6 cards. And usually you shuffle in 5 dart cards into your deck, period. So if you want a full cycle to go through, we have to get rid of 4 cards. So we need to decide, are we going to keep a Viper Strike or are we going to keep a Poison Dart? Poison Darts count as small weapons, so they won't be impeded by the pacifist condition. So we can just use Poison Darts freely without concern. Alternatively, Viper Strikes do a bit more damage, though. So we have to keep that in mind. I'm going to keep a Poison Dart. I think that's the key here. So let us go to the church. We're going to remove the Viper Strikes, even though they cost a bit of gold. We will remove one of the Poison Darts. And I think, actually, we want ourselves to upgrade the Chant of Initiative to be a burn. So we'll do that, and now our deck should be low enough that we should be satisfied. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's 5 cards. Thulus is now set for the endgame. Cornelius, let's see. What has he got? He's got Transmission, so that's 1. He got Prismatic Field, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we got 6 cards here. So we should probably figure out what we're going to remove on Cornelius. We should only need 1 less card from our list. For Scorching Ray, we're going to change that up, I think. For Flare, we're going to keep it as is. Or do we want to remove it? It is only 10. Ember Storms, we burn. I think we get rid of Searing Touch, to be honest. It only affects the front monster, after all. We'll get rid of Searing Touch, and that is Cornelius set up. Otis, on the other hand, is going to be a doozy. What we can do is we can upgrade his Protect from Evil to a burn. So he'll have just 2 burns there. But otherwise, he has 1, 2, 3... let's see. 4, Wait, hold on. He has one... Yeah, 1, 2, 3... Yeah, no, 4. Okay, so Otis actually needs one more card for his cycle to be complete. Now, what he does lack, I do believe, is mana. So I'd like to get him something that is going to help his mana in some way. The easiest way would be meditate, but we don't have enough for that. So we will have to find another method. As for what we go with, I think the delay response effect is actually the best here. Because if we upgrade it, then we can make it just a constant thing. He'll get 1 mana charge, he'll get 1 card draw, he'll just be slow. That is one option, mind you. Alternatively, we go with Innervate. Innervate we're going to go with because it grants regeneration, and it can be applied to any hero. Now, if we turn it into a 0-cost card, it's going to provide a small heal buff, but it's going to be giving us 1 extra mana every turn. So we're going to get that, and we're going to upgrade it for him. Which we can't do just yet. So we have a choice for Renew as well, but that's besides the point. But we basically got a card for him. That's the good thing. Heiner, on the other hand, is a big issue in of its own. He has way too many cards that are not burn. He has about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... Okay, so it's not as bad as I was expecting. He has 8 cards that he needs to get rid of. Well, no, he has 3 cards he needs to get rid of. Well, obviously, first and foremost, we're getting rid of a guard, and we're going to get rid of Barcade. So that way we have 2 less. So with the guard, we get Fortify. With Barricade, we get a Reinforce. We're definitely getting rid of a Steelskin. So we should keep that in mind. So we'll get rid of Steelskin, and that's basically it. We don't necessarily have to use the Intercepts, but we can find better cards for him in that regard. So let's see what else we can grab for him, versus the other options anyways. Because of his build, usually everything's a burn. Shield Charge is still an option for him though. But let's see. One second, I need to check up on something. So give me a hot minute and I will be right back. See you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I am back. Alright, where was I? Ah, yes. Card collection. Alright, so let's see. Alright, we've got Shield Charge, Intercepts, Guard, Barricade, and Entrench. Okay, so we got a bit too many cards, really. In that case, I think we need to get rid of the Intercepts, or at least one of them, so that way we're back at 5 cards. Now, do we want to keep a Guard? In hindsight, if we're going to be using Entrench, we're going to have a lot of Fortify covered, for the most part. And with Last Stand, it's going to help us in that regard as well. So we should probably get rid of the Intercept in favor of finding a mana card. In that regard, let's see what we can find. Alright, so obvious choice, obviously and simple, is get a Blood Rage. It gives mana, but you lose 16 HP and suffer blood. Or bleed, rather. It's good if you have a transfusion in your deck, which is both can be supplemented, but they are burned, so we gotta keep that in mind as well. And a Rage would be a perfect card to have, but we don't have the necessary funds for that, so we have to keep that in mind. What else do we have in option? Not much, do we? Okay. Invigorating Blow, while it's nice, doesn't provide enough mana to compensate. So yeah, we're kind of left with the cheap option, so we're going to have to go with a Burned Blood Rage, I'm thinking. Alternatively, we can go with something a bit cheaper, I'm guessing. I kind of regret selling all those defends now, but it's fine. We could probably get a 1 mana thing, couldn't we? No, we'll get a burnable Blood Rage. That way we can upgrade it later. And then we'll get an Intercept. So that way we can use it for now and just worry about the consequences later. But that is Heiner set up as best as I feasibly can for him anyways. For the Intimidates, we're going to make them 1-costers, so that way they apply more buffer. And we'll keep this as a 0-cost card just to facilitate some use in it. That way everybody's getting high defenses from it. But that's besides the point. Town upgrades. Can we afford anything? Yes, we can, technically. Let's see. We can unlock the Caravan node outside the starting town, which is interesting. Currency retention at the end of the game increased by 30%. Curing injuries is reduced by 30%. I think we upgrade the church, mainly. So cost of curing injuries is reduced to 30%. So we'll grab that. And we're going to try and work towards removing cards. If you've noticed, I've actually been playing in my off time. I've got some new upgrades here and there. It's fine. It's just there for, you know, me. That's all. But I digress. That leaves us with a complete deck-ish? As complete as we can make it anyways. Alright, and that just leaves us with a few other items here. Bone Ring provides darkness. We've got burn charges, damage with hit, apply 1 burn. That would be interesting for Cornelius, but... Oh, apply a damage with hit, apply 7 burn. That's actually really good for Cornelius, actually. For each hit, he basically is applying 7 damage. That's fantastic, actually. Mana Loop. Minus 10 regeneration. When you play a card, gain 1 energy. I'm sorry, what? That is the weirdest card ever. Okay. Okay, so you lose the regeneration, but anytime you play a card, you gain energy, basically. So for Cornelius, any 1 energy cost cards would basically become 2 cost cards. For Thullus, on the other hand, that's basically chain gains. That's a really interesting thing, but I'm not going to get it, to be honest. Alright, we'll grab the Flaming Sword because it's so well for Cornelius. Because every hit is basically godsend for him. Let's see. All resistances plus 18, but you also gain Fury and Vitality. This would actually be really good for Cornelius as well. He starts out with 3 additional... Well... He starts out with an additional 24%, or 24 damage, basically. He does suffer bleed, though, as a result. So I gotta keep that in mind. Lightning Spear, good with electricity, if I have it, but I don't. Life Essence, it's alright. Let's see. All resistances plus 4 for charge. Okay. Yeah, no. No, I'll leave it. I'll leave the rest. Let's go. Alright, from here, we can either go to the north here, over by the Sacred Forge, or we can go down south. Because I haven't gone through this, I'm going to go down south. Strictly so I can go through to the... I want to check out the merchant and the large emerald thing. But we'll be going north here to go to the campsite, I think, and to the ruins, I guess. Although we could go to the airship. The airship seems like an interesting event. Alright, let's go to the airship and see what goes down. But first we're going to need to fight the obelisk here. Alright, Melancholy. All monsters gain 45 HP. All resistances are boosted to 25%. They are immune to insanity. And people suffer 2 insane in each deck for every round. Unfortunately, I do not want to do that, so no, we're giving up on that. That is a bit too hard for our deck. Alright, start off with Vigilance, so we draw a card. Let us use Killer Instinct. Let us follow up with... I guess we focus on the Dark Vanguard here, unlike the Oddballs. So we'll do the Poison Dart, we will double the Poison output, and Blur. So now he has a 30 Poison. Pretty nasty, all things considering. Alright, he's got a significant buffer on everybody, but that's fine. With our efforts, we are able to get the Scroll of Intellect off, so... I guess Otis is the best option? No, we want Heiner to get some more mana, mainly. Alright, let's get some Ember Storm off to get our burns going. We will use a Flare on this man. Follow up with a Fireball? Or Fiery Shield? Let's go Fireball. And Fire Shield next. There we go. Cornelius now has a bunch of... or rather, Otis, rather, is doing well. Our Innervate is actually costing 0 this round, so that's good. We can beef up Heiner with mana. From here, we can use Protection from Evil on one of them. So we'll use it on Heiner for his buffer. We'll use a Barrier as well. Anthem of Hope. And we're good to go. We don't need to spell anything just yet. Alright, first we use Entrench. That'll give everybody a AC buff and it'll maintain the block. What we're going to do now is we're going to use Shield Breaker to purge block from Oddball, just in case we need to. We'll draw, and we will Heat Laser. So everybody focuses on Heiner for now. They're going to start attacking Heiner in earnest, but he will have a AC buff at the end of his turn, which ultimately leads to his defense. Alright. First and foremost, we're getting Deadly Strikes activated. We'll use ambidextrous to get another Bane, for free, no less. We activate subterfuge just in case we need it. Do we need... No, we need sharpening, no. We need to focus on poison stacks, so we'll use the poison daggers here. Then we'll apply Bane, and follow up with another Bane for 135 damage. Oh my god. Okay, that's one of them down. Okay. Heiner is suffering. Alright, Heat Wave to dispel any fire they have, but that's fine. We will use Evocation to get mana back, and get more mana, basically. That is the main reason we're using it for, after all. We will give Heiner some more mana to work with. We will use World of Flames to get Ember Storms in our deck. Start with Fireproof, Ember Storm to get more fire in, Heat Assimilation for free. Who do we want to target next? I guess another Vanguard there. And then we'll just Ember Storm them to high health for high amounts of flame damage. From here, we just use Healing Rain on ourselves to give more regen, obviously. From here, we use Prayer of Healing. We then follow up with Renew. And the heals we can keep, because we don't need them just yet. Although that said, I should probably use them by principle, so we have a small deck. But it don't matter. It don't matter. Instead, what we'll do is we're going to focus on Last Stand. We are given 2 guards. We will get Intercept on Cornelius. We'll activate Guard on Heiner. We will Bluff and Barricade. So everybody is a bit more defensed via Reinforce. Alright, with that, the defense is good. And we are left with a bunch of poison that we got to deal now. So we'll start with the Sharpening Knife, clear that out of our deck. We'll use the Chance of Initiative to help... Well, we'll help Cornelius get faster. Probably doesn't help in the long run, though. And we'll use Poison Daggers instead. It's basically close enough that we don't need to. Yeah, it gets it to the point where that guy's gonna die from bleed, which is good. He didn't die though, which kind of sucks. Okay. In that case, let's start us by using Scorching Ray. Alright, now he's in Death's Door. We'll use a Fireball here. There we go. We will use an Ignite on the Dark Gunner here. And then follow up with an Ember Storm, and then we're clear to go. Alright, now we're left with a bunch of other stuff, so... Let's see, we Detoxify. We use Mass Dispel. And we prepare a Double Bubble for the near future, and use a heal on Heiner. And now we're left with the enemies here. Okay, we're going to want Steel Forge and Last Guardian, obviously. While I would love the Entrench, we just gotta wait because we don't have the mana for it. Because lacking mana sucks. Alright, we focus on the Dark Gunner first. Alright, that brings him up to 18. This will double it up. There we go. Alright, and now he's basically in the gutter for damage. Let us use Scorching Ray because it applies 4 times. Alright, use Ignite. And Assimilation so he gets rid of the burn. From here, it's really just a question of what we use, so we'll just use that. We'll use Atonement. Protection from Evil. Twice. Sanctuary, and then we're good. that should basically act as debuffer to just shield charge him. Let's active. Well, do we need Blood Rage? No, let's not. Let's just shield charge and hope for the best. Okay, it brings us to round 5 all the same, so it's still a good performance. Alright, poison. It appears we've unlocked a thing. Deal 12/12, so basically 24. Technically it's 2 types, but that's fine. Apply 3 bleed and 5 blood, or bleed. Or 3 bleed and 3 poison. So we can upgrade it to a higher cost, or we can upgrade it and keep its cost, but we get vulnerable on top. Okay, that's a nice card, but yeah, we don't need it. Transfusion is good if we have bleed on us. I mean, technically we will, but it's not really going to be that important, honestly. Alright, let's just give up on those in favor of shards. Life tap is interesting. You lose HP to gain mana. It's nice. Not my choice, though. Alright, from there, let's see where we go. To the shop. We're going to sell the large emerald and get a 25% discount. Nice. Now we can get some interesting things here. The Lightbringer is an interesting one, obviously. All damage +3. Bless charges +1. When you apply Bless, you deal 5 holy damage and apply 1 Sanctify to the highest HP monster. Interesting. Okay, I think it's time I get rid of the Stone Amulet in favor of the Platinum Ring, because that just helps with healing. Alright, let's see. Destroyer's Gauntlets. 2 hammer damage, transfer damage to hammer, and apply 3 crack. Ah, nuts. If I had this, like, on a different slot, I'd definitely grab it. What's Heiner's damage currently? Kinda wish I could check, but I can't. It's a shame. Oh well. Bloodguard. Max HEB 25, speed -1, immune to bleed. Apply 1... You know, a bleed build wouldn't be that bad this time around. Dark Flame. Yeah, no. For every dark charge you apply 1 burn. That's an interesting one. And would definitely be interested with Cornelius, because then he can start using dark charges in addition. Which would be pretty interesting. Alright, when you heal a hero, apply Bless. Interesting. All resistances +10, heal done +2, heal done 10%. The Savant Robe would actually be great for Otis. Technically he could go with a block version, but no, this is probably going to be for the best. Alright, what else we got? Bloodguard. I mean, we could go with the Destroyer Gauntlet and the Bloodguard. But at the same time, the Resistance 10 is pretty good. I think it's best I just get... Well, do I use enough? No, not really. I'll leave it alone for now. Let's see. Thulis, do you need anything here? I could get the Destroyer Gauntlet for the hammer purpose, but no, it's fine. We basically apply fire with our attacks anyways, so... For every dark charge you apply 1 fight. Nah, we're good. Alright. As much as I want to get more stuff here, this is really good. Alright. From here we go to the ruins. Let's see what we got. Combat start, Sanctify 19. No. Knowing these enemies, they specialize in dark and light magic, so it's not good to get on their bad side with this. Okay. Vigilance. Chant of initiative on Cornelius, I guess. That way he's a bit faster than everybody. Sharpening knife, we will start on the Dark Lancer. As odd as that sounds. We will do a Bane to get his poison to 21. Double it down for 44. Which seems a bit odd in math, but it's probably one of his effects going on, or the plus of poison that we got. Alright. Now, for Cornelius, we're going to give Heiner some more mana to work with. World in Flames. And let's just use a Fireball, I guess? Yeah, let's use a Fireball on this dude. That'll give us Ember Storm. Then we use Scorching Ray on everybody to imply more burn. We'll use Fireproof, and then finally finish off with Ember Storm for a significant amount of burn on everybody, because burn on everybody is really painful. Alright, let us use Last Stand immediately. That'll give us a free Entrench and a free Guard, no less. We'll use Barricade. We'll use Intercept on Thullus. We'll guard himself. Bluff. We can activate Last Guardian and Heat Laser for his tankiness to go into play. And there we go. From there, we've got a few choices, but we're probably going to do a Prayer Protection. We'll do a Barrier. No heal, no detoxify. We can renew if we wish, but I'm going to save the renew for later. Well, actually no, let's use it now. We might as well use the detoxify as well for a buffer. And let's burn the heal, why not? The less cards we have, the better. Okay. We just wait for those to cleanse up. Alright, poison's going nuts. Alright. Deadly Strikes. We don't have a weapon index, so Subterfuge. And I guess Killer Instinct. And then we can just double the poison damage on this dude. And he's now at 96 poison, which is fantastic. Okay. Heiner's looking a bit nasty for HP, but that, or AC rather, but that's fine. Heat Wave for fire damage. Let us use an Ignite here, I guess. Follow up with a Scroll of Intellect, I guess, with Otis. Fiery Shield. Ember Storm. Heat Assimilation. Done. Okay, from here, we've got a few choices ahead of us. Let us go with a Prayer of Healing for 1 mana. Innervate would be good for Heiner. Let us use Panacea to cleanse some of the debuffs, and Anthem of Hope for some holy and unholy protection. Ah, he has shield. Okay. No, he has a different version. Never mind. I thought he had a similar version to my buff, but he doesn't. Okay. Alright, we've got a few Intimidates. We can use Blood Rage, so we'll use that. We suffer some damage, but we heal damage, so that's fine. Let's see. We will use the debuffs on him. And we will shield charge. Yeah, we'll shield charge so we get slower. And there we go. I would have preferred more block, but we can only get so much. Alright. From here, we activate Ambidextrous, which... Ah, nuts. Okay, I didn't get the right weapon. My bad. That's fine. We'll just... Sharpening. We will I guess... No, not blur. We'll poison darts, and we'll poison daggers to make it more likely he dies, which is good. Alright. We can now Ember Storm twice, just to cleanse up the area. Do an evocation to get more mana. We'll flare this dude. We will transmission Heiner, and that's that. From here, we entrench, because block is always nice. And I think Steel Forge is the best way to go. We'll do a bluff. Yeah, that's basically the best we can do. Alright, Healing Rain. Do we need to heal? Technically not, but that's fine. We'll use that. We'll throw down a few heals just because we can. Clear up our deck, and we'll get the bubble. And off we go. Now it's time to poison this dude to high heck. We'll just bane him. There we go. 29 poison. He'll die. A satisfactory result. Okay. Replenishment. All heroes. Draw 1, grant 2. Normally, it's just a burn. I actually like this. It's 4 mana. You burn, and you draw 1 and grant 2 mana. That's pretty good. For a 4-cost card for Cornelius, that's pretty good for prep. Let's grab that. It's a good prep spell. Alright, how's our deck's looking a bit big, all things considering? Usually, though, you get 23 cards, so I guess it makes sense to get this. Prescription, let's see. We've got the normal version. Cost reduced by 1. Discover 3 spells and place 1 on the top of your deck. If it was a cost reduced by 2 and vanish, then I'd definitely grab it, but... I'm gonna say no to this for now. Yeah, let's say no. Adrenaline. Having adrenaline is pretty good, so we'll grab that. And for the others, we'll just go for the resources. Alright, are we going to the Corrupted Bell, or are we going somewhere else? I did say I wanted to go to the airship, so let's go to the bell. Let us ring the bell several times to try and get a discount. Why not? See how it goes. RIP. Critical failure. Price increased by 30%. Card corruption. You can corrupt a card of your choice and transform it into the most powerful version. However, it's not an easy task, and failing will increase the card, will damage the card instead. Interesting. So you can potentially, for example, corrupt this card. Oh. Jeez, okay, no, let's leave that alone. Ah, no. Oh, man. Injuries. I shouldn't have done that. Ah, but yeah, here it is. Pacifism. Thankfully, we don't worry about this too much, so let's just get it. Get the golden shards, because we're gonna need those eventually. But pacifism is basically not a worry for my group, because most of my cards are not melee weapons to begin with, which is a good thing. Let's start with Vigilance. Let's activate Subterfuge. We will do the Sharpening Kit on the guy in the back. And Poison Catalyst. And there we go. Now dude's got 20 poison that we have to go through. But he's going to be annoying because we got Stockade now, which sucks. And yeah, the fire is going to slowly kill Cornelius at this rate, so we got to keep that in mind. Okay, replenishment. Scroll of Intellect should go to... Let's get it to Heiner for extra mana. World in Flames, Fireproof. While I could have used the fire spell, it's fine. Alright, we want Guard, Barricade. Alright, Shield Breaker would probably be good here, but... as much as I want to block, I think it's best if I don't. Let's just use Intimidate and Shield Breaker. There we go. Alright. Unwavering Faith. Sanctuary. For that. Anthem of Hope. And Healing Rain. There we go. Some good old protection. Alright, Pacifism is now active, so we gotta worry about that, but that's fine. We can still apply a ton of poison all the same. As you can tell, Poison Dagger is not affected. Alright, let's give Cornelius some efficiency. Okay, we want Sharpening Knife, I think. Yeah, we'll do... Alright, Sharpening Knife. Killer Instinct for Poison Daggers. We'll double the poison on him for 100. And Shadow Step. There we go. Now, the thorns are going to be a pain, no matter what we do. So, Evocation to start out with. We will use Scroll of Intellect on Otis. We will use Heat Wave on these guys, so that way we don't have to specifically attack them. Now, if I do attack them, I will suffer a significant amount of harm, so I gotta keep that in mind. But I can use a Fireball here, technically. Now, do I want to, though? Yeah, no, these Dark Lancers are gonna get an attack first before I get any chance to actually kill them, so... I'm gonna have to hold off on the Ember Storms for now. So I will use Prismatic Field instead. Until we get a significant amount of block, I think. Although that said, I could just use one. No, I'll hold off. It's for the best. Oh, right. Oh no, the thorns got bigger. That's annoying. Alright, Last Guardian. We want Last Stand here for the Entrench. There we go. Let us get some more block on Cornelius, because he's going to be needing it in the near future. We'll quickly burn a bunch of block from them, because why not? Alright, Healing Rain. Prayer of Healing. A heal. Prayer of Protection. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Yeah, Cornelius needs as much protection as he can get, put simply. Alright, start with Deadly Strikes. We will use Poison Dart on the Dark Monk here. Blur, and follow up with Bane for big damage. The poison on this dude will kill him, I hope. And Heiner, yeah, he's suffering. Okay, we can Ember Storm here technically, if we wish. I think we can get away with it, but we're going to be suffering a lot. Alternatively, we just take 4 here. Yeah, no, we take a lot, though. Urgh. It's so annoying that you have to deal with this, but it's not much you can do. Fuck it. Scorching Ray. Let's just suffer the pain. Okay, well, that's as much as we can do. I'm not gonna push myself to kill creatures with Cornelius, because he could die. Ah! Tholis is getting significant pain. Ah! Near death. Not fun. Alright, no, I can't really do much here, so just hold off, I guess. Alright, healing, double bubble, barrier, barrier, circle of healing, heal. Yeah, that's a lot of poison. Ugh, pain. I should have went for the Dark Monk. He is causing us a lot of trouble, I think. Alright, let's Adrenaline. Poison Darts. Poison Daggers, I think is the go-to. Yeah, Shadow Step. Poison Daggers. And Ballad of Evasion. Pain. Yeah, no. I think the Dark Monk is causing us the most harm here. Okay. I've got a better idea, because I feel like I'm going to lose here, so let me reload the combat, first and foremost. Now, there is a better way to go about this. Now, of course, well, I guess I could have shown you what would happen if you lost, but it doesn't matter. The point is that we got to focus on the Dark Monk, because he's the one who's, yeah, he's the one that's causing the most trouble, I believe. So if we deal with him first, then we should be fine. Alright. Throw in the poison, and we're good. Alright, be patient. Okay. Let us use Flare first, so that way you can target the Dark Monk first. There we go. Let us give some more mana to Otis? No, we want to give more mana to Tholis, because he's going to be dealing the most damage. We'll use Replenishment to give everybody 2 extra mana, and that is what we'll do. From here, we use Barricade. We will guard Cornelius specifically. And we will Intimidate the Dark Monk, along with using Shield Breaker to minimize his damage. And I'll throw in a Heat Laser, just to get that buffer and get some block. From here, Unwavering Faith, Sanctuary, Healing, Anthem of Hope. I really should have used Protect Evil, but that's fine. We'll live with it. Because we can always get it again. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, no, this dude's causing a lot of trouble for us. There's also Oppression here, which is annoying. Alright, we want to sharpen our knives. Let's get initiative on Cornelius, so we can keep going. We will use Killer Instincts, Poison Daggers, double his poison, and we should be able to just Shadow Step for more mana, which is nice. And now Cornelius is ready to disarm them, because he now has a 49 block, which is fantastic. Start with Evocation to get more mana. Let us use Ember Storm. That way we can get our damage up there. Scroll of Intellect is best used on Otis for his more mana. Alright, we are left with these two and this guy. I think it's in our best interest to focus on this guy here. Because if we can get rid of his thorns, then we can... Oh no, it's not that bad actually, hold on. I should focus on this dude here. Use Heat Wave. I should be able to get away with 2 fireballs with these. Alright. Disperse the fire. There we go. Ah, nuts. He's now out of range of death. Great. Hopefully I can change that. Let's see. We've got Arsenal, which would make that help. What do we got in here? We've got Entrench, so let's grab that, I guess. Alright, Entrench. Let's grab Intercept for Cornelius, so he's got more mana. Can I burn 8 block to kill, though? Let's see. He'll be left with 8... He'll be left with 8, specifically. So no, he won't die, unfortunately. Oh, but I do get Atonement this round. Ah, perfect. Do that and he's dead. Alright, Healing Rain. He's not using any healing, so that's good. We can use Prayer of Healing, Prayer of Protection. And let's heal Otis for a bit. There we go. But that should be enough to take him out. There we go. Alright, we got one view of their things. Okay. That's fine, though. Alright. Deadly Strikes. Poison Strike. Blur. Bane. For more poison. Okay, so this guy's gonna go down next, which is good. Okay, yeah, not a fan of the dark powers, but that's just how it be. Okay. Let us use Flare on this dude. We'll Ignite for more damage. That'll kill him. And now we just use Scorching Ray and Pray. Okay, that does a pretty fair sum on him. That's fine. We're not dead, but hey, that'll do. Oh no! That's a lot. Okay, that dude strikes hard. Alright, let's bluff. Or rather, intimidate. Let's bluff. Bluff. Steel Forge. And... as much as I want a Blood Rage, no. For now, no. Alright, healing. Double Bubble. Circle of Healing. Let's get a heal off on him. Get a barrier going on... I guess mainly Thullus, because if he dies, then things just go awry. Alright, Thullus is now a bit safer. Let us give him some more energy to work with. Poison daggers are still not enough for him to work with. But I can use Shadow Step to deal more damage. And he's now in Death's Door, so we can leave him alone. And we'll poison the Dark Lancer with double poison. There we go. That'll have to work. Let's just hope he doesn't target Thullus again for heavy damage. Ah, pain. Okay. World in Flames. Fireproof. Transmission should probably go to Heiner, maybe? Do we need Fire Shield? Yes, it's... well, we can't attack right now anyways, so... Let's just make sure Otis has enough mana. We'll disengage with fire and heal. And there we go. We will guard... Well, we don't need to guard. We can use Barricade, though. Guard Cornelius. No, we want Thullus now to focus. And then we'll go from there. I think right now, Mass Dispel is the key here, so we'll grab that. So that way we aren't dying like crazy. Let us get a Renew active? No. Well, no, let's get Panacea first. Get rid of those effects. Protection from evil. Oh, that's a single target. I guess we can actually single target Cornelius. We'll cast healing on Otis just to be safe, because Heiner can handle the tank damage. Okay, from here, we can use Ambidextrous to copy Bane, which is what we usually do. We'll do that. We'll Poison Dagger his butt. And now we can Bane, and Bane. Now he's gonna die. Well, after his, yeah, there we go. Done. Took a bit of a rough time there, but that's fine. We managed in the end. Ooh, Meteorites. That's a fun one. 43, apply 10 fire, 6 crack. Alternatively, we got a few upgrades here, which is pretty nice. Delay response, do we want that? Be a nice ditch card more than anything, but no. We've got a big enough deck. Cornelius, though. I've been meaning to grab him a proper spell, so let's grab him that, I guess. He gets high mana anyways, at some points. Enrage. That is actually a spell I've been looking for getting for Heiner, so that's good. The rest we will leave alone. Now, we can go to the airship, or we can go to the campsite. We're going to go to the airship, mainly. You come across a large airship. As you approach, a strange squid-headed humanoid with black eyes emerges from the deck and says to you, "Come aboard, travelers. I am Senebo, captain of this merchant ship. We sail the void between worlds in search of exotic relics and knowledge. We are currently waiting for delivery, and are short of items. But for some gold, we can give you some information about these ruins." Sure. Sumo tells you that if you want to go to the upper ruins, you will have to face 2 colossal automatons, and that you had better protect yourself against holy damage. He also tells you that there is a place that is perfect for meditation in the upper ruins. If you want to reach its full potential, you must press several runes with colored gems. Set them in. The correct order is yellow, green, and purple. Before you leave, he remembers that he took the purple gem from the place, and gives it to you. Okay, interesting. And with that, we've got another Obelisk Eruption. So, all damage plus 4, immune to bleed, and when a hero plays an attack, all monsters gain 6 fury. Okay, that's not bad. We don't use attacks often, so... Oh, but wait, hold on. Poison daggers, no, that's a small weapon. Bane is a melee attack. Okay, so yeah, no. If we want to use Bane, or the Bane ability, we'd best do so... We'd best avoid the Bane ability, if we can. That's assuming we want to do this. I guess I could do it... I mean, it's only 4 damage, and it's immune to bleed. We don't use bleed, so why not? Let's do it. Okay. Vigilance, Adrenaline, We cannot use Bane, period, so we should avoid that. So we'll just use Blur. Alright. Okay, they're starting to buff up. That's dangerous. Okay. Alright, I think it's in our best interest to target the Dark Monk to start with. So let us start by giving Heiner the defense, or the mana. So we'll get 2 cards out of it. Then we will follow up with the World of Flames. We'll then use Scorching Flame, I guess? Or Fireball. Scorching Flame would get more damage output, but it's spread around, so... No, we'll just use Flare, I think. There we go. We then get a free Ember Storm out of it, and Prismatic. There we go. That'll have to do. Alright, now we throw in Entrench. We get Enrage, so we get more mana. Steelforge, Last Guardian, and we will buffer up Cornelius, because he needs it most. Heat Laser, we will activate just for the shielding. And of course there is the taunt, but that's just par for the course. Alright, Healing Rain. Detoxify on Tholos. We'll then heal Heiner and Cornelius. Because Tholos is mainly protected for the most part. And because of the Steel Forge, we're basically getting more block as we go, which is nice. Alright, Deadly Strikes, so we activate it. Subterfuge, so we activate it. Initiative buff, we give that to Cornelius so we can go faster. We will focus on the Dark Monk and double his poison. There we go. Alright. We are lacking in resources, but we'll be fine, I guess. Ember Storm. Fiery Shield. Let us use the other 2 Ember Storms to increase our burn, and Heat Assimilation to recover. There we go. Okay, now we have to worry about the Thorns, which is always an issue. Alright. Alright. Healing Rain, obviously, to start out with. We're going to need Innervate on somebody. We should probably give it on Heiner because he's the tank. We'll use a Prayer of Healing. And while I would love to use Unwavering Faith, we won't be able to use it just yet. Ah, pain. Oh, geez, that's a lot of pain. Okay. It's bypassing our block, no less. That's not good. Okay. Alright, we're gonna want Guard, I guess? Yeah, Guard. And I would Shield Charge, but that's not gonna help us, so I'll just block it. And hope that's enough. Okay. We are left now with the Sharpening Knife, so let's do that to start with. Then we cover ourselves and Poison Dagger. That'll get him into kill range, but just to be certain, let's double down on the poison, just to be safe. Okay, pain. Okay, thankfully I've got that last resort for Heiner, but we're really pushing our luck here. Ugh. Oh no. Oh jeez. 2 HP left. Alright, Tholos is gone. Alright, so this will only give 6 mana back if I use it, so that's annoying. Replenishment. Yeah, Meteorite, fun. No, I don't think we're gonna make it here. Okay. No. No, we're probably gonna die here. Okay, I'll give it one more college try, but we need to focus on the Psychic, I think, this time around. Or is it the Dark Lancer that's causing trouble? I'm going to assume the Dark Lancer is the issue here. Not everything else. So if we focus the Dark Lancer, we should be fine. Yeah, he's the one providing the poison and causing all this ruckus, so... Although that said, the Psychic is also causing trouble, so we have to keep that in mind. Alright, World of Flames. We'll do the Scroll of Intellect on Otis, because he is the healer. He's going to need the most mana. Alright, we will do a Flare. A Prismatic Field? Yeah, no, Prismatic Field. Ember Storm. Alright, that'll increase the burn. We'll do an Entrench. We'll do Enrage. Last Guardian, Steel Forge, and Intercept for Cornelius. Healing Rain. Let us detox on Thulis and heal the heck out of Heiner. Because usually he takes the brunt anyways, so probably for the best that I focus him. Although that said, Thulis is probably going to need the healing as well, so we gotta keep that in mind. Activate Deadly Strikes. We will we'll get Cornelius faster. Alright, we want to get Subterfuge, Poison Dart, and Poison Catalyst going. That'll get him to 26 poison. From here, it's just low self-esteem that seems to be crushing us, mainly. Yeah, that curse really put a hamper on our ability to kill, which kind of sucks. Alright, Ember Storm. Ember Storm. Remove the burn. There we go. Pain. Dementia's pain, obviously. Alright, Healing Rain. Healing Rain. Prayer of Healing. Innervate. There we go. Let's just hope that's enough. Yeah, my group's in immense pain right now, jeez. I'm not dealing enough damage at this rate. Alright, guard. Shield charge, that'll have to do. Alright. Okay, Killer Instinct, Poison Daggers, Poison Catalyst, and that's that. Okay. Wait, hold on. Ah, nuts, I used the shield attack, that means 6 damage. But. Oh, right, there is the vulnerable ability. That's what's probably doing me in mainly. Meteorite monster. You know, this would solve my problems. Smite. Why not? There we go. Fireproof. There we go. That'll have to do. Bane. Ah, Heimer's been crushed. Great. And Thulis. Okay, this is the instance where people die. Okay. Great. And I would have gotten, Protect Evil once I reached that point. Great. Nuts. Well, it's not like we can do much here, so I think this is the end of our run, as much as I hate to say it. We're not getting anywhere near this, next area, I guess. Which does suck. It does suck, but, that's just sometimes how the cookie crumbles. Alright, let's see. Yep, nope, we're burning. Get mana, heat assimilation clears us up. I guess we can just burn this guy. We're gonna try till the very end, at the very least. But hey. Yeah, no, I think it's the Psychic that's mainly doing us in now. Hmm. Although I could give it one last college try. Yeah, no, it's basically the end. But no. We've got one last college try, I think, in us. But we're just getting bad rolls on this. Or we got a bad roll, rather I should say. Alright, energy, charge, blur, ignore Bane. There we go. I wonder what it is that's causing me to go down, though. That is the question, isn't it? Alright, let's see. We can go with a scroll of yeah, let's get the scrolls of intellect going. Give Otis his as much as he can. We will start with the World in Flames. We will then do a fireball here on this dude. Target sides. Do we do flare or fireball? I want to go flare, because the more fire damage, the better. Ember Storm, Prismatic Guard. Okay, block, Entrench, Steel Forge, Last Guardian, Intercept, Cornelius. Our goal is to take out the Psychic as fast as possible. I think that's the way to go. Alright, Detox. Let's get Otis. We'll heal Heiner up like crazy, but Cornelius needs one as well. There also is the Dark Monk as well. I'm not sure who's causing the most. I think it is the Psychic mainly. Alright. Dastardly Strikes, Subterfuge, Chant of Initiative on Cornelius, because that's what we need. Poison Darts, and double down to Poison for the Psychic. Alright, what else? Right, Amnesia is the issue here. Well, not a complete issue anyways. Ember Storm, because there is no danger currently. Fiery Shield. Now we got 2 Ember Storms here. There we go. Heat Assimilation will clear and heal. Alright, now we have to worry about the Thorns. Now that's an issue. Dementia is an issue, but that is not a worry for me right now, but he will be a worry in the immediate future. Alright, Healing Rain for the regeneration buffer. Heiner gets the buff of healing. There we go. More healing. There we go. But yeah, no, if I don't get rid of the Psychic, then it just gets a lot worse, I think. Then again, the Dark Lancer is also a problem. Bluff is also an issue, but that's besides the point. Yeah, Shield Charge we ignore. Do we need Blood Rage? No. I don't think Blood Rage is going to help us in this situation. Okay, Poison Daggers is a small weapon, so that's fine. If I use Killer Instinct and Poison Daggers, that'll double down. Poison Catalyst would be fine. There we go. Now let's just hope we can survive. Oh, the pain on Tholas. Oh, cringe. Cringe. And yeah, Mass Hysteria just kicks me out. Great. That's annoying, but we do take him out this turn now, so that's good. Okay, replenishment for mana. We want transmission, I guess, for extra mana on Heiner. As long as Solus is gone, then we should be... As long as we manage to survive with this group, then we should be fine. What's in here? Bluff, Barricade. Barricade is probably our saving grace here. But I don't think that's going to help us ultimately. We have to use 3 mana just to get the Barricade, which kind of sucks. But hey. Alright, let's get vulnerable off on this dude. Well, no, let's get the arsenal. We get 3 melee attacks in our deck now. We will intimidate the heck out of this dude. Get a... No, don't get the heat laser off, because that's only going to hurt us more. Alright. Protection from evil. Atonement. Prayer protection. Panacea. And a heal for Otis, mainly. I should probably have healed Heiner, though. Yeah, well. As long as we got a high buff of block, then we should be fine. I hope. Okay, that dude is going to die now. And the reason why I say that is first, after evocation, I cast Fireball. That should be enough for him. Yeah. It will suffer a lot of damage, but that's fine. Kinda needed to do that, though. He is now within death's reach. I hope. Ah, Yin Master. Not fun. But then again, poison's going, so that's fine. Alright. Right, Heavy Strike. That's a melee attack. Bluff is a melee attack. And it's shield back. Oh, I did an oopsie there. Great. Okay, whatever. Alright. Double Bubble. We need Mass Dispel, I think. Yep, Mass Dispel, there we go. That'll clear us up a bit. Let's use a Sanctuary now. Give ourselves a significant buff. Double down on it. Anthem of Hope for holy and unholy stuff. Defenses. Okay, Pain. Pain. Okay, perish, please. You're making us suffer so much. Okay, he's gone. He's gone. Alright. Entrench. Barricade. Heat Laser is a skill. Okay, so this is not going to hurt us as much. But still. There's that. Blood Rage. Do we need it? No. I'm gonna say no. I'm just hoping that's the right choice. Alright, Meteorites. Do we want to use it? Not at the moment, I don't think. Rather, I should focus on Otis, who needs more healing. We will get Heat Wave. We'll activate Fireproof. Do we want Scorching Ray now? It would apply 4 times to any thorns. No. Let's say no. I'd rather get the safety just in case. Because we still have the Dark Monk and all that jazz causing trouble like that. Yeah. Not exactly what I want. Okay. We're going to get a Innervate going on Cornelius to give him more healing. Mass Dispel. Let us use Renew next. Yeah, a Renew, a Barrier. That'll at least keep him alive just a bit longer. Okay. Pain, 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 pain. Okay. Just draw pain, I guess. Alright, He Assimilation will heal us at the very least. Okay, that's Cornelius done. Now I can use Meteorite here. I'm going to use it on the Oddball. That'll remove most block. We'll then use the Barricade or Insulate to help with energy damage. Alright, we want the Circle of Healing going off for extra heals. Prayer of Protection, Anthem of Hope, and just hope that's enough. Ah, pain, pain, gravity well pain. Ah. The cringe. Okay, Hyder's back in it. We're going to want to guard. Intercept. Alright, intercept, there we go. Cleave is a melee attack, okay. Heat laser is fine. Besides, this guy's bleeding out, so thankfully we have that going for us. But still in pain, still in pain. Oh my god. Ah, and there goes Heiner. And there goes Cornelius, okay. Okay, well, unfortunately I don't think Cornelius, or rather Otis is going to survive this, so... Unfortunately, I think I need to resign. But I'll do it with as much honor as I can. So I'll innervate, prayer, or protect from evil. Let's see if I can survive this. No, I probably won't. I'm probably just gonna perish. Yeah, it's 2 damage dealers against a healer, which has no attacks. Yeah, that's a lot of pain. Alright, prayer of healing, protect from evil, prayer of protection, no. We're gone. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, rip Otis. They're trying, though. They're trying. Yeah. Well, at the very least, the regen is going. At the very least, I might be unkillable, if anything. Oh, jeez, yeah, no. The Dark Lancer's doing the most, I think. The worst part is I can't actually kill him. Which does suck. Oh well. It's already death. Alright. Just gotta wait for him to kill. Which he hasn't been doing. Alright, come on, man. Just take me out, jeez. You know what? No. We're done. Our quest ends here, unfortunately. We did unlock some cards, though, I suppose. So that's nice. But otherwise, we did manage to get 5 perk points. So that's nice. But yeah. That is the first run of Across the Obelisk. I'm not sure when I'm going to pick this series back up. I'll probably play it offhandedly from Elden Ring, most likely. But I just wanted to show you guys, you know, what things I could do, potentially, in the near future. So, things I could do were, you know, is basically just run through this game and just see what I get, and see what happens. But yeah. No, that's basically it, honestly. I guess I could see about trying to get everybody to the max level, or, you know, do things that might help us in the near future, but I don't know. We'll think about it. Let's see. I guess while I'm here, I'll just quickly choose some buffers to give you an idea of what goes down here. But to roughly explain it, this is where you beef up your tank, or you beef up your stats to help you in the long run. So things like all resistances +6 are good, things like initial shards help you in immense ways. It really depends on what you want to build with your character. In the case of my tank here, the best way is to go with all resistances, because all resistances basically helps your overall survivability by a percentage. Usually this maxes out at like around 95, I believe. But it does definitely help if you have things like block, fortify, taunt. All of those things help. So we'll set this up as tank. There we go. Thulas, he is a poison DPS, so we're not too worried about his damage output, but we are worried about his poison output. Now, I could focus on getting additional charges of poison out, and every little bit counts, basically. Of course, though, that only applies so far. So, for example, you could, like, deal 50% more damage but lose all charges of poison. You could also rely on shadow damage to get shadow resistance debuffed as well. Or in the case of what I usually do, I just apply additional charges of poison, which is, you know, a suitable strategy. It works depending on what you go with. Usually what's best, it really depends on the person though. So I'm going to take off Mark for myself here. Well, let me reset. That way I can actually focus. Poison. Alright, grab those, that. Now I'm going to grab energy. Get to those charges, grab the poison. Let us grab a speed buff. Grab another charge of that, grab these two. And now we can choose between our more energy, we can choose between more speed, get a fast charge in addition to this, which is pretty good. But I think we're going to go with the stealth, mainly. Well, no. Well... No, let's go with something a bit more potent. Because we are going to get the resistance buff, because that usually helps. Let's get more initial energy, maybe? Initial energy does help in immediates. No, let's get the stealth charge. It's always a reliable option. Let us get all resistances +6 then. And what else can we grab before we go? I guess we can grab sharp as well. And what else? If we can grab vulnerable, that'd be pretty good. So, let's see. Can we grab this? Yeah, we can. Okay, let's grab vulnerable then. Maximum charges of vulnerable on enemies increases by 1. Charges are instantly reduced by 1 at the end of turn. Vulnerable on enemies only reduces slashing, piercing, blunt resistance, but the reduction is 8 per charge instead. No. We want to increase charges that apply +1. We will also get poison +1. And we'll get initial shard count in addition. And that'll be our poison build. Confer points. For Cornelius in particular, he's got elemental damage ahead of him. Let's see. Burn on this hero also increases speed by 1 per 8 charges instead of reduced fire resistance. No, it decreases. It also increases speed by 1 per 8 charges and instead reduces fire resistance. So this is good if you want to go a burn build on yourself. Burn on enemies deal cold damage and reduce fire and cold resistance by 0.3. So if you want to go ice cold mage, that's an option. But we go straight burn for Cornelius there. And for his 2 other points, he can literally go anywhere he sees fit. What I usually find is he's not using powerful, to be honest. What is he using? He is definitely using Insulate, though. I will give him that. So let's turn that off. Let's turn off his gain from here. In favor of getting Insulate. And let's see. Insulate on heroes instead increase fire cold by 35%. Insulate on a hero can stack and instead increase fire and cold. Okay. By 5 per charge. Maximum at 10. So this can upgrade it to a 50 charge. This basically keeps it at a charge plus 1. And this increases it by 5% basically. I mean, I do see myself casting Insulate a lot, do I? Yeah, let's grab that, and then we can grab the other one that increases fire charges. Alright, that is a Cornelius setup. And Otis is next. And he usually goes to shield build. And what he usually grabs for this is Courage, which makes sense. He doesn't usually get healing, so that isn't ignorant, or that is something we ignore, mainly. Let's see, what else can we grab? We can grab an additional buffer, though. That is an option, because he uses buffer a lot. But we mainly use Elemental Shield to block. We could apply charges plus 3, so that is an option, but I think we're going to want the buffer, mainly. So the buffer goes in. Now, do we want all resistances, or... No, let's get an additional 3 charges to shield. Yeah, usually going to shield build is best for Otis, or Otis, however you call it. But yeah. We haven't finished gathering everybody in the crew just yet, because we need Bree, Gustav, Zek, and Nezliket. But, hey. We're basically reaching that point where we've nearly unlocked everybody. But that's besides the point. I think I'm going to end it here. As much as I'd like to continue, I'm tired. I'm not having a good day, so... yeah. I think I'm just going to call it an early day and just go from there. But hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this attempt at Across the Obelisk. If it gets some positive reception, I'll probably play it again. And yeah, I'll probably play it offhandedly, like once... I'll probably swap from Elden Ring to this, like every 2 weeks. So you'll probably see some content from here, you'll see some content from Elden Ring, and we'll see how things go. And if you guys like this Across the Obelisk stuff, you know, let me know. That would be the best way to let me know. Well, among other things anyways, but I digress. For those of you on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification if you want to see more of my stuff. I stream daily, so if you want to catch my streams, you can catch me 3 to 7 MST time. If you want to catch my streams, you can check the link down below in the description, because that is where it is. It gives a rough description of what happened during the stream, but it's pretty obvious what goes down, but I digress. But yeah, for those of you on Twitch, or those of you of YouTube from coming to Twitch, follows are always appreciated. The more follows I have, the more content I can give you guys. Once I hit 50 follows in the corner, in the bottom left corner below, once that hits 50, which is usually the max bar, then I will be able to apply for affiliate status, which allows me to give you guys more features. But yeah, if you can follow me, that's very much appreciated. And yeah, it just helps me out quite a lot, and I can give you guys some interesting tricks, or not tricks, but I can give you guys some interesting doodads to use. But I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know I did. And I'll see you guys next stream. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.